Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to episode 67 of ChanmanV's Pro Corner, where pros come and show us how it's done. I'm your host ChanmanV, and those of you watching Assembly, or maybe that switched over from watching HC's Assembly, I appreciate you guys coming over and watching, because that's what I've been doing, just setting up for the show and everything. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying that today. Just lots of great StarCraft 2, so we can't ever complain when there's a really nice big EU tournament going on. But today we have, again, we have EU guests today, so really special occasion, of course, because we don't have EU guests that often. So that's why we're having a day show. And for those of you, just in case, that normally watch it during the night time slot, I'll be replaying this during the 11 p.m. Eastern slot as usual. But yeah, today we have the pleasure of having ToD, that beastly Protoss that everybody knows about, and ESCGoody, who everybody knows as like the mech Terran, the guy who's famous for his mech play. And they're going to be playing a best of 5 today, kind of a practice best of 5 where they play a normal series. It's not a show match. It's not a show match by any means. This is more of a practice best of 5 that gives us something to discuss afterwards. So afterwards, they're gonna come on. They're gonna do some post replay analysis of just probably the best game in the series, and if we have time, we'll do another one. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. And casting with me today, I have the pleasure of having Future on. Future's been on the show in the past, and it's always a pleasure having him on because he's such a smart player. And obviously, when it comes to TVP, I'm going to need some help casting because I don't have quite the understanding as I do with the Zerg matchups. So I figured I'd bring him on and have him. Have him kind of give us a tip or two, during the cast too. But okay, instead of waiting anymore, why don't I bring these guys on, and then we can just chat with them a little bit. There they are. I gotta switch them over so you guys can hear them. Hey guys, what's going on? You guys hear
Hello.
me? Okay.
Hey, what's up?
I'm making sure everybody can hear me,
Hi.
man. It's that little brief second of silence makes me worried sometimes. But yeah, today, guys, we have playing today. Our guest today are ToD, who again is this incredible European Protoss player. Hopefully, a lot of you have seen. He definitely streams from time to time, and ESCGoody, who famous for being the mech Terran. And even though he doesn't really go that much mech anymore in this matchup, I don't think TVP, but nonetheless, his mech is obviously one of the best. And again, we have Future co-casting today. But how are you guys doing? Kind of wanted to see what you guys have been up to. Kind of go, I guess, through each of you guys and see what you guys have been up to, and maybe where we're going to see you guys next in the near future. Why don't we start with you, ToD?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't have a team right now, but I don't have any pressure as well. I just practice as much as I want, which has not been much these days. Playing a little bit too much Daisy, but I plan on resuming hardcore practice a little bit later.
Okay.
I watched the Assembly tournament the entire day and talked with a bunch of friends on Skype, so I've been in observing process, I guess, observing status right now.
So what's been the match of the day for you, or the game of the day so far you've seen?
I mean, it's not in a good way the game of the day, but Hero lost to sort of, and I was pretty unhappy about this. So I've been complaining to a lot of Zergs.
Oh yeah, he won 3-2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I really don't like the matchup, and I don't know. I don't understand how some kind of newcomer could beat somebody who's supposed to be one of the best Protoss. I guess sort of to practice a bunch as well, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the matchup is so hard that just almost any decent or good Zerg could beat one of the best Protoss, but that's another debate, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, sort of has been playing really, really well lately. But yeah, Heroes, I mean, he's one of the best Protoss in the world, if not, right, the best. So yeah, I was pretty surprised and happy for sort of too, but I know what you mean. I feel like if the Zerg macros perfectly, it just doesn't miss any hits, any larva hits, injects, or obviously building. That they seem to always have that point in the game, right, where they have a lot of choices, right? They have a lot of choices, and they can be successful at each one of them. So yeah, it's definitely, at least the results lately have definitely looked good for Zerg. But so what's the next big tournament we'll see you at?
Well, since I don't have a team, I'm
Oh,
not
that's
sure. I was
right.
supposed to go.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the WCG Europe kind of
Hmm.
tournament. It's like at Gamescom, and then I would have been able to play the open bracket for IEM. But I think like it's really expensive to go there.
Yeah, on your own
It's
bill,
like
yeah.
it's at an exposition, so I need to pay the flight, the hotel, and like food. And in this place, the food is really expensive, so I just
Right.
might not go because like the tournament I already got a slot for is like the WCG Europe, and it's very low prize money, like 1,000 euro for first,
Hmm.
800 second. Like I mean, I'm not even sure to win. There is very good players, so I don't know. So it's not looking very good for me to be going right now. So no plans.
I see, I see. All you team owners out there, or managers, or any execs out there. I mean, this guy needs to get picked up soon. Like, I don't actually. I've been surprised that it's been taking so long because I kind of expected a pretty soon after announcement that you'd be picked up. So, but yeah, guys, pick him up. He needs to be at tournaments. This guy represents like really well. So, um, hopefully that will happen soon. How about you, Goody? What you been up to?
Yeah, I have a lot of events in the next weeks. First of all, I'm at Gamescom. Not for IM, but
Okay.
I play 2 smaller events there. One is like the finals for one of the EPS Cups,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and then the qualification for the German World Cyber Games is also there. Like the top 4 German players will fight there for the one slot for China.
Got just one slot. Oh, gosh,
Yeah,
that's
we
crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
Last year we
Man.
had 3, but yeah, World Cyber Games.
That's
Like
great.
I said,
Okay.
just a little bit smaller now.
Yeah. WCG isn't quite what it used to be, unfortunately. But yeah, so Gamescom, that's 2 weeks, right? It's like August 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 15th. Okay, great. Yeah, it'll be great to see you compete there and hopefully do well. Uh,
I hope so too.
and Rich,
And then
okay, go ahead.
after
sorry,
Gamescom,
Uh-huh.
I go to the MLG Championship.
Oh, okay, awesome. So you're gonna
Yeah.
be there. Oh, okay. Is that your
Yeah,
first one? Is that your first one?
My first championship,
Yeah.
I was at 2 MLG arenas,
Oh, right.
and last arena I finished top 16, so
Mhm.
I got the spot for the pool play.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome seeing you at a championship. I think a lot of fans, especially
Yeah,
in
it
NA,
is.
will be excited to, get your autograph,
Really
get
hard to
pictures with you, all that good stuff. So that's going to be a real treat for them.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I guess it will be fun.
Yeah, definitely. The MLG events are always fun. I mean, obviously stressful, but fun, right? Is what all the players always end up
Yeah.
saying. But how about you, Rich? What you been up to?
Not too much. Just kind of started training really hard again. I had to take a break after MLG and WCS USA. I kind of failed at it, so I just need to take a break, step back from the game, and I'm just getting ready for MLG championships coming up. So just been really putting in some heavy days lately, but that's pretty much just what I've been up to. Just getting back into competitive shape.
That's good. Yeah, everybody needs a break, man. Todd could probably, or Johan could probably attest to that. It's always nice to be able just to spend a few weeks, do nothing for a little bit, kind of get your batteries charged, and kind of go at it again, right?
Yeah, pretty much. There is always a lot of tournaments, and if you can take a break for some time and come back with a fresh mind, it's always good, I guess.
Yeah, summertime is just crazy for players. There's just so much stuff going on. So, all right, guys. Well, why don't we get started here? We're going to be doing best of 5. So why don't we go into the game and have Todd and Goody kind of get off this call, and we'll start it up.
Okay, good luck, Goody.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, I'm going to have to fix your camera here in a second. But yeah, so viewers, those of you just tuning in, what we're going to do, well, so actually I didn't introduce the giveaway. Jeez, I'm crazy. What we're going to do is we're going to be doing the best of 5 with obviously Todd and Goody. They're going to be playing, we're going to start off on Ohana, and then loser's going to pick the map after that. And again, me and Future here are going to be casting the games, and and once we're done with the series, we're gonna pull those guys back on, and they're gonna do some replay analysis. But during all that, we're gonna be doing also a Razer giveaway, and we're gonna be giving away this mouse pad, the Goliathus Control mouse pad. Really, really good mouse pad. I actually use it, and it's makes a difference. I don't know if you guys ever had a nice mouse pad, but it actually makes a big difference in just your mouse control. So we're gonna be giving this away, and the way you enter the I should have switched to that. The way you enter the contest is you either tweet or you Facebook message me. A good nickname for either Todd or Goody. Like, a nickname like, Goody kind of has one, but, which is like the Mech Terran, but that's such a generic one. We want to get a really, really specific one. And I think it would be fun. It'd be actually kind of cool if it sticks, too, and start getting marketed with that that name. But the best one, we'll vote on it. All 4 of us will vote on it. And the best one will win the mouse pad. And I will be sending that to you as soon as possible. Let me put my Twitter account here. I don't know if my mods are here or not yet, but here are my Twitter account. Here's my Twitter account and Facebook account. And again, we'll be doing this. I'll keep mentioning it throughout the broadcast, so in case people come in a little bit later. But okay, let's get this started. Let me start Ohana here. And so, Rich, talk to me about this matchup while I get this set up. What do you think of PBT right now?
Oh, the matchup's good for both races. I mean, obviously, Terran thrives in the mid game, and Protoss thrives in the late game. So there's kind of that balance to. Oh.
Yep, I hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, something cut out. But yeah, so there's that kind of that balance where Terran's trying to kind of punish Protoss for punish them in the mid game because Protoss is trying to get all their upgrades, all their gateways online, possibly get a third up. So it's important to for Terran to be aggressive there, but at the same time, that doesn't mean they're dead once they get to the late game. So I think Terran's more decision making with them because they pretty much have one build they use. So it's kind of decision like when they should stem in, when they should do drops and stuff like that. And Protoss is kind of living through the mid game and having good decision making toward the late game stages.
I see. Okay. Yeah, a lot of the Terrans talk about having to make, basically having to scout really, really well and having to make that the counter composition to either the Colossi-centric Protoss army or versus the Templar-centric army, because it's pretty different. All right, let's see if we can get this game started. Here we go. All right, we got blue Todd and purple Goody. I'm gonna have to change the colors in a second. As usual, guys, you're gonna have to be patient with me when it comes to the scoreboard, because it's gonna be wrong sometimes. I'm just telling you, because the players pick different colors sometimes, and the game puts the players on different sides sometimes. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that seems to happen. Okay. But Ohana, what do you think about Ohana? It's a pretty even match or even map when it comes to this matchup.
I'm not sure. Like, I feel it's pretty balanced. I think it might be a little bit harder for Terran because the third, I don't know, it's an easy third, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to secure that. I'm not sure. I think it's a pretty balanced map. So, I guess the pros for Terran is you can really string the Protoss out. So if the Protoss tries to take a third, you can, like, for instance, in Todd's base, drop the top right of his base and then hit him at the bottom left of his third. Really kind of string his army out. So that's kind of nice for the Terran player. So
right.
So that can be kind of difficult. Whereas I guess Antigua, it's pretty. All 3 bases are pretty close together. Or Cloud Kingdom. So.
Sound doesn't seem to be coming up. There it is. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. So in the top left, we have, of course, the purple Terran Goody. ECS is Goody, sorry. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have, actually, it still says Fnatic Todd, but it's actually just Todd, the blue Protoss. And pretty sure we're going to be seeing early expands here, right? Maybe like a 1 Rax expand. Yeah,
more than likely. The standard for this matchup is going to be a 1 Rax Expo, and then for the Protoss, it's going to be 1 Gate Expo.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is there anything early any kind of crazy pressure? Like, obviously, in a TBZ matchup, you can do a 2 Rax, like we were just talking about, Koss and Rhett. Is there anything like that's equivalent in this matchup? Because, I mean, I feel like everybody goes 1 Gate expand or a 1 Rax expand these days.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. I mean, every now and then you'll see some Terran that tries to do like proxy marauders, but I mean, that's kind of bad.
true.
So there's nothing much you can really do in the early game pressure-wise. I mean, every now and then you'll see a Marine all in or something like that, but for the like a 2-Rex Marine all in. But for the most part, like both Terran and Protoss can't really hurt each other that well early on. So
Okay. One of the things that it'd be nice to point out too is kind of whenever the Protoss kind of gets into this, kind of where there's a fork in the road, where they choose. Yeah, here we go. Hey, going Cybernetics Core before Nexus is that pretty typical?
yeah, it's pretty typical.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then you'll see usually a Protoss will go Nexus before Core if
Yeah.
Goody does something like this. Or like maybe the command center goes down first and the barracks a little later.
Right.
Then you'll see Nexus before Core, but it's kind of generally safe to do this. So I mean, it depends on how greedy ToD wants to get. Like he can get Nexus before the Stalker, but typical is going to be Nexus directly after the first Stalker.
Right. Okay. All right. So
But
chrono
we'll see.
boosting that Stalker. Kind of get rid of any scouts. I'm assuming the Stalker can run down that SCV if necessary.
Pylon in the middle
Yeah.
right area, so possibly just throwing it down there to have one on the map, or might be gearing up for some kind of 3-gate pressure.
Yeah, 3-gate pressure is it's off of the it's off of the 2 base though.
Yeah.
Yep. We should be finding out pretty soon here because usually I think the 2nd and 3rd gates finish when warp gates finishing, right? Kind of the timing of it.
Yeah, I sync it up, so he should be throwing them down right now.
And what are the kind of things he's looking for with the Zealots to decide whether he does it or not? Because he still has a choice to do it or not right here. Well, he's
Yeah.
doing it. He's actually just doing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, here you're generally going to get the 3 gates regardless, even if he's being passive, because just in case he does some weird like 15 Marine like push out, like you need the gateways to get units out. So it's kind of good to have them. If you try to get too greedy and you don't have the gateways to squeeze out some units, then you just die there. So he might not make as many units out of them, but it's just good to have the gateways. But I mean, if he wants to apply aggression, that's really like up to the opponent. I mean, it's really up to him. He can do it or not. It's no real tells for it because it's always just going to be one bunker at the front.
Yeah, it looks like he's adding on 4th and 5th gateway now. So.
Oh, okay. He's going to be really aggressive then. He's going to go for it's like a bust.
Okay, but Goody's actually moving out with his Marine army here and a few SCVs too. So SCVs are typically there to tank a little bit, right? Tank some hits for the Marines. Fortunately, Marines are ahead of the SCVs here, but they're getting good hits on that Stalker.
Yeah, this should be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out.
Well, the fact that he has those 5 gateways now, I feel like he's going to be able to defend this. But there we go. All right, looks like Goody's either waiting for his reinforcements to kind of clump up here, or he's heading back home. I think he was heading back home.
Yeah, it's kind of an aggressive scout what Goody did. Just kind of see what's going on over there and punish ToD if he was being really greedy. And ToD shouldn't be able to break what Goody's doing, but we'll see if he still goes through with his aggression. It's like he still is. He's warping in units at that proxy pylon, so he might want to apply a little pressure.
And talk to me about this pressure. I mean, what does it accomplish? Obviously, if you win the game, it's kind of obvious what it accomplishes. But even just a little bit of pressure here and maybe turning back, typically, at least when you're playing Zergs, it's the logic behind it is just to get them to spend larva on units versus drones. But in this case, is it similar in that way? Just to basically not spend spend your minerals on army instead of economic units.
Well, I mean, you can like pressure with this and walk away, but I mean, this push ToD's doing is designed to kill his opponent.
Yeah, this is a pretty big one.
He has no tech behind this. Like he's pretty all in. You can still kind of stick around with that and make him pull SCVs, but I mean, there's no real follow up to this. So I mean, this push hits before stem, so it's nice if Goody went for maybe a faster tech build, but you see Goody went very heavy bio early on with 4 racks.
Now he's building 2 more bunkers, and I think once these bunkers are up, it's going to be impossible to break this.
Yeah, ToD's gonna try and transition out, but it's just hard for him now because he doesn't have any technology behind this. So
Yeah.
he'll still be building units. So if there's an opening, great. And then also Goody has to respect this and keep getting bunkers and possibly pull some SCVs soon.
Right. Good thing about bunkers though is you can just salvage them, so it's not that big of an investment.
Not at all.
So we're just kind of taking free hits there, just poking a little bit, trying to get those force fields in the right spot, but it's pretty hard to do anything there.
Yeah, looks like he's just trying to scare him, maybe grab a couple units here and there, but he's transitioning. He's gonna try and transition out of this. It's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, looks like Stim's just finishing for Goody, so he's going to be in a pretty strong position after that. And looks like the starport's almost done too, so medevacs are coming really soon.
Yep, and he's got that third orbital, so he can decide whenever he wants to flow over to his third, and he's building that mule energy as well. So
really good shape here. Looks like ToD's researching Zealot speed or Zealot legs. Transitioning into, you think he's going to be, well, I don't see a robo anywhere, so, is there a robo anywhere?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is he going
He's going to go, I mean, I guess he'll probably go into Storm. That's the next possible transition. Can't really go Colossi after this.
Is it quicker to go Colossi or quicker to go Storm, typically?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, if you're trying to make up for, being behind in tech?
It's gonna be Storm then.
Okay.
Storm has the most potential, or like robotics units. Like you pretty much, you kind of see what you get. I mean, you can do a little Colossus micro, but
yeah, you're only gonna hit like 3 or 4 units at a time, like at max, right? Okay.
And it takes so long to get that tech path. Where with this, even though he did kind of do an aggressive gateway pressure, he still kind of got the technology in place for a Storm transition. So
right.
Could he need? Okay, he's taking his third. That's good.
All right, so here's the force fields at the ramp, kind of splitting the army in half here. Oh, he's kind of got him donut there, but he can't do anything to it, right?
Yeah, I can't really do anything. He has no DPS right here.
Yeah,
so
he's just going to keep him still as long as possible, keep him out.
Yeah, buy some time, maybe force another stem, but it's pretty scary force from Goody there.
Yeah, medevacs with stem here is generally going to do really well against gateway only units, so
yep. Nice positioning though by ToD. He's getting a lot of mileage out of his army, but
yeah, it's too much here. Maybe if he can get a few more zealots in here, but he might be able to survive this. But it's gonna be really close.
It'll be tough. So now Goody can just back off, and he's got a third to fall back on. And Goody's got a very easy game after this. Just sit back and defend, and let the economy take over.
Right. Yeah, those bio units just don't die with medevacs. They sit in orange forever.
Need that Storm or Colossus at this point. So he's kind of paying for that aggression that didn't pay off. If it paid off, it would have been great. But nice little warp-ins there at the third. Oh,
it's time to use that amulet upgrade if it's available.
Oh yeah, I want to see.
Yeah, I didn't see it in there, so.
I know. I was coaching one of my students today, and I'm like, all right, don't research that. I know it's there, but don't do it. The Kydarian amulet.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I think there was a bug in the patch where the Kydarian amulet, which is the Templar energy, was available to use.
Yeah. Hopefully they fix that.
Well, I wonder, I mean, is it that bad these days? I don't even know.
What, Kydarian amulet? I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, because before it was like instant stops to any drops, right? But
yeah. Well, the thing also back then was there was a stronger ghost. So yeah, even though Terrans QQ'd, their ghost was very strong back then. So it still was sucked, but like the ghost was much better back then. So now if you like add the Kydarian amulet with the weaker ghosts, kind of one-sided.
Right. It looks like sounds like ToD's having some FPS issues here, so it's actually fine for me. Is it fine for you too?
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Okay. Oh, good split by Goody on that storm. Well, that was a pretty good. Oh, that was a good storm right there, though, by Todd. He's running away, and again, like you said, he just has to keep him off of a third, and pretty much wins this game pretty easily.
Yep.
Just kick in a few minutes here.
Todd doing what he can, sending Zealots into the third, so that's kind of annoying for Goody, but shouldn't be a big deal.
He's not doing anything about it, though, I have to say.
Yeah, he should turn around. At the same time, he's preventing Todd's expo, so
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of a wash.
Oh my gosh, that Zealot has 5 kills, 6 kills. Nice.
As I always tell my students, and I mean this not jokingly, Zealots are really good at attacking stuff that doesn't move.
Doesn't fight back, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, GG. Okay, good
Nicely
first
done
game.
by Goody.
Yeah, let's see if see if he's having, what kind of issues he's having. Oh, that's not the right screen there. Sorry about that, guys. All right, we're gonna have Todd pick a map here. Okay, so do you think the timing on that 3-gate pressure was on time there by Todd, or was it, it was just Goody was anticipating it, so he just defended it really well?
Well, Goody's build, like, kind of threw a wrench in Todd's, like, plan there, so it had to, like, come a little bit later. And then Goody went really heavy bio, so Todd's build kind of abuses the people that rush it medevacs. And Goody stayed on bio, so the pressure didn't pan out too well.
Right.
If he teched hard off, tucked the medevacs, it would have hit a nice timing. But yeah, it was a nice move by Goody.
Well, it sounds like he had some lag spikes. He was getting 80 frames per second. That's like a little overkill there. I don't know why anything would get 80 frames per second, but okay. Well, hopefully it was just the first. Oh, he's gonna reboot. He's gonna be right back. So we'll kill some time, guys. See what you guys are up to. Let me actually fix your camera in this.
Sure.
While we talk. But
you're too kind.
Too kind? What do you mean?
Ultra Boot. I'm talking to Ultra Boot.
Ultra Boot?
I'm saying that right. He's in the chat. Ultra Boot.
Oh, Ultra Boot? Oh, gosh, my chat's not updating all these.
Yeah, I had to refresh it.
Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can see it now. Sorry, guys, I haven't been seeing you guys.
Big surprise. The Twitch chat not working.
Yeah, I know, man. I've been trying to ask Gunner on that forever now, and I just never nailed him down with a good answer. But guys, again, we're doing a Razer giveaway. It's this giveaway I do weekly with you guys, and one show a week I'll do a giveaway of a Razer product, and Razer sponsors the show. Great sponsor, they're amazing, and their products are amazing too. But today we're going to be giving away this mouse pad, the Razer Goliathus, and you use the Goliathus by chance?
Oh no, I don't.
Do you use a nice mouse pad though by chance?
Not really. It's one of the lower end Razer ones.
Mm-hmm.
I need to probably get a better mouse pad. I originally got it for the wrist rest. I think it's the Vespula.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, but I just got it for the wrist rest, and the wrist rest kind of sucked. So so I need a better mouse pad. But it's okay for the price. They have much better mouse pads, so I don't know. I need to upgrade.
It's all good. Yeah, good mouse pads make a big difference. The smoothness of your mouse. I didn't actually notice it before. I used to use cheap ones before too.
Sure.
And and anyways, once I got this one, I just noticed a big difference in mouse speed. I even had to lower my sensitivity because it was so smooth.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's reboot. I'm gonna add him as a mod. There
Alt
we go.
reboot. Okay, I didn't see the spaces, so it just read as one word for me.
Yeah. But again, guys, we're waiting for Todd to come back on. And I have to get to how we enter the giveaway, guys. Gosh, man, I'm just off my game today. The way you enter the giveaway is come up with a great nickname for either Goody or Todd, and then tweet it to me at twitter.com/ChanmanV. Or if you're not a Twitter person, if you're a Facebook person, you can message me on Facebook, facebook.com/ChanmanTV. And we're gonna pick the I guess most creative, most unique, or nickname that the two players really like, and that person will be a winner of this mouse pad, and I will be sending it out to you really soon. All right, let's switch back over. Looks like Todd's about ready here.
All right,
Whoa.
cool. Make sure to invite.
Wait, it just started. Wait,
what?
Okay, Todd.
Oh
just
yeah,
start-
you gotta he's gotta do create game.
Yeah.
If you do
goodness.
join game, I'm
What?
figuring out this new user interface too.
What
It's weird.
is that? It's like automatically starts a game.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Okay, I don't get that. I don't know why they would
Yeah,
streamline a one-on-one game, I guess.
I don't know either.
Yeah, when you have no Twitter, Bashi, go to facebook.com/ChanmanTV. Here we go. Reboot, need you to type this in for me, so these guys can know. Facebook, message me there, guys. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, he's obviously hasn't played with this new UI either. This is kind of, I have to get used to this, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely some growing pains.
Yeah, I'll just shut my mouth for now. Like, I try not to say anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a change. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's just, I don't know. We just gotta get used to it, that's all.
Oh, did he write what map here?
I didn't see.
Oh, Cloud.
Did he write in Skype or something?
Yeah, he wrote Cloud. I didn't realize.
I thought he was talking
I was
about
thinking,
Cloud.
yeah, I was thinking Carlo
Like,
for some reason. Yeah.
Cloud's gonna join us.
Yeah, Cloud. If you're watching Carlo, that's for you, buddy.
I think he's actually in the chat. I think I saw him.
Yeah, he retweeted earlier, which I really appreciate, but it's a good guy, Cloud. We're gonna have him on pretty soon too. So
Toss me that invite.
yep, trying to get these guys in first.
Oh, sure.
This font's takes me a little getting used to this font too. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be doing Cloud Kingdom, guys. Todd picked that map. I think is Cloud Kingdom pretty even map too.
I
Okay.
think I enjoy it for Protoss. I think it's slightly Protoss favored against Terran, but
Okay.
I enjoy it. I know some Terrans like it as well. I mean, it's a nice, easy third, but at the same time, the third's pretty exposed as well, so a lot of angles to attack from.
Okay, looks like two players are ready now. We can get this started. Any popular strategies on this map that you see?
Nothing out of the standard. Nothing really out of the standard, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Todd's asking what GPU are we using? Man, I actually don't know what GPU it is.
I don't know.
Officially. Yeah.
Oh, my laptop. Should be. It's a nice laptop though, so it shouldn't be lagging it.
Alright, let me switch it over for you guys. Alright. Okay, looks like the score's ready to go. Let me switch, let me add one for Goody here. But the colors are good? Yes! I have a really fast GPU. I can't remember what it is though. Oh, Control Alt F. Oh, frames. Let's see what our frame rate is. Where is it? Oh, I'm getting. Oh. 76C?
I'm getting 83C.
0C. I guess that would be, that's kind of weird. Oh, yeah. That's what it says, man. Oh god! If those of you who don't know what that is, that means his processor's at 0 degrees Celsius, which there's like no way. He's got the icy it's the icy box GPU.
Yeah, literally.
Always knew you were Santa. It's like, but I know it's roll. These guys are hilarious. That's cool. Yeah, I've never actually done Control Alt F there, so learn something new every day.
I
Always
think they
good.
added that GPU. The
Oh, that's-
FPS the FPS has always been there. I don't remember the GPU. That must be something new.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, in case you want to like jack up your fan that you have for your GPU, some of the folks out there. Okay, looks like we're going with 1 Rax expand again from the Terran. No surprise, and looks like Todd's opening pretty similar to last game.
Yep, pretty similar. Little supply block there. Don't think that's on purpose. There it goes.
Is it
Supply
ever on
little-
purpose?
It could be in a PvP maybe, but yeah, generally no.
Why would it be on purpose in a PvP?
Hey, you want to get your core out really quick.
Oh, I see what you mean. You mean,
Wow.
okay, yeah, just reordering your build. Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
All right, let's see if we get to Robotech from Todd this game or not. I have to say, I do like seeing like the Templar openings. It's always fun to see kind of. You see the Robo openings a lot, right? And then transitioning
Yeah.
into Templar, so it's kind of cool when you see it backwards sometimes.
Yeah, I think the Templar tech's just much more fruitful. I mean, you have there's more potential there in Storbs. You unlock your 2/2 upgrades, and you start with your good units, the charge lots. Where with Colossi openings, you're pretty much just stuck on Robo units, and you have to get a lot of Stalkers. I mean, they're decent openings, but I always favor the Templar stuff.
Right. Looks like Todd's still having some lag issues, so not sure what it is. Yeah, so apparently it's his first game since the patch, so I don't know. There's a chance that there's some kind of incompatibility there, but hopefully it clears up. I mean, I know some folks,
Yeah.
you need to get like a game or two, kind of load up the cache, kind of get things as optimized as possible.
Oh no, don't lose the Stalker. Good.
Right there, yep.
So what do we got here? Looks like Goody. Going 3 racks.
Could he go in 3
no.
ranks? Yep.
And then Todd, pretty standard over here. 3-gay Robo.
Yeah, looks like we are going to see Robo and hopefully see some Colossus not early on, but at least through mid-game here for Todd. That Stalker is obviously there to get a lot of scouting information, just at least poke in the front and take a couple hits, get your shields recharged each time, so you kind of check out what Goody's army looks like if he's not hiding it.
Nope. Looks like Goody's going to do that. I don't know. He might do the Marine push out again. Probably not, since he's getting his add-ons.
Yep.
Kind of a awkward time. So if the Todd did his 5-gate this game, would have been hit at a beautiful timing when he's getting add-ons and has 1 bunker.
Yep. I like Goody checking over here with 1 Marine, just in case there's a scouting probe or something over here that's waiting to kind of come and sneak in. Maybe when he's rolling out.
Yeah, it's a good play.
Mhm.
Good play and easy, very simple to do, and it can really tip you off to some kind of aggression.
Exactly. Okay, so it looks like Todd's adding on the double forge now. So talk to me about how the upgrades for Todd will play in regards to, when do you upgrade versus when do you build like Colossi and tech units here?
Well, he's going for really early ups. I'm not sure where he wants to take this. I would assume charge line the storm, but I typically like to get my charge and my storm first, then my ups. But I guess he's going Colossi. Yeah, the upgrades work better with Colossus. So yeah, he's going to hit some nice timings when 1-1 and 2-2 finish. So that's going to be really nice about the upgrades, but the bad thing is he's going to be pretty weak if Goody decides to push out.
I see. Okay, so it looks like he probably starts... I see. So he starts the 2 upgrades as he's finishing the robotic space, so probably when 1-1 finishes, he'll start his first Colossi. I see the order. That's kind of cool.
I was going to comment on that, like, hey, if your computer's laggy, man, just go Robo, man.
Exactly. Don't
No
need to micro
there.
much. Man.
Yep.
That's like analogous to a Terran going mech. You know, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Don't have to micro as much, or at least the cost efficiency isn't as reliant on heavy micro.
Or just switch to Zerg. Okay.
Oh,
I'll take little jabs at Zerg.
All right,
just
here goes the
because I
chat.
can.
Here goes any of the Zerg viewers here on chat.
Hey, you do have to inject sometimes. I understand.
Inject
Okay,
and creep and move overlords.
I know.
Come on.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm just kidding, Zerg users and Chanman, because I know you play Zerg as well.
It's more macro, micro, if that makes any sense, versus
It's-
army micro, which...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely more mechanics, macro-wise. Every time I off-race Zerg, I'm like, damn, this is much harder to keep my macro up, so now I understand. Oh, this is going to be pretty nasty. You'll see how ToD handles this. Only 2 stalkers
that's
in the back right now, so that's kind of scary, but...
That's a lot of Marines that have stim and, you know...
Was he going to elevator up? See what he does.
I'd be smart, kind of try to pull ToD apart here, maybe? Well, he catches like about 6 Marines here in the force
Good.
fields.
Only 1 Colossus, though, doing the DPS, so that's not going to...
It's pretty good force fields, though, but I think I don't think he has any other DPS, like you said, outside the Colossus.
That's just the weakness of the ups. If he can get the upgrades unharassed, it's great, but kind of just a little vulnerable at this point.
Gotta move it back. Oh, we lost that Colossi. I think that's... It's not looking
be-
good here.
Be tough.
Yeah. Not looking good for ToD here. Looks like Goody's gonna... Oh, actually, the Colossus comes out in time just to chase away everybody, and he'll be pushing him back, but... I don't know. Who do you think came out ahead in that exchange?
Oh, Goody.
Goody by
Good-
far.
Yeah, Goody got rid of a Colossus, all the sentries, so now ToD has a skeleton crew with his Colossus. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Goody probably could have ended it there, but, you know, be safe, take your 3rd, get your Vikings out, and then hit again.
Yeah, nothing wrong with going Spoon Terran.
Yep.
on the Protoss here once you're this far ahead. Do you typically put an observer over your 3rd like that?
Not really. I mean, not really. I mean, it's nice, I guess, if you're trying to defend against the double prong attack.
Right.
But I typically would have the observer closer to his base, so I can
Nice.
see when his troops are moving out.
I see. Yeah, definitely. Okay, it looks like Goody's rolling out again. It's like round 2 coming up here.
Yep, this is
Oh,
gonna be
he's got
tough.
Vikings though.
It's gonna be
Round 2
tough.
is gonna be ugly, I think.
Man.
Man.
Don't look at the army
Oh
supply.
man, I was just about to do that. Oh
It'll-
boy.
it'll-
70 to 36. Wow. Okay, this is gonna be ugly. Okay, at least the 2nd Colossi came out here. It's gonna help some.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
but those Vikings are there. There's not very many stalkers either. Pick off Vikings, so
yeah,
this army's
Robotech's
gonna melt.
unforgiving. If you get behind in Robotech, it's really hard to come back. With Tiplar, you have, I guess, more comeback with good storms. Kind of tough.
well, it looks like this is not. Looks like the lag's pretty bad for ToD. Maybe. Why don't we see if we can? Let's see if we can try to figure this out. Let's see if he's on low. Yeah, I'm getting... Let's see if we can try low. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, he's getting... Oh, he used to get
Stop.
180. Wow. Okay.
Kind of a difference.
Yeah, so he hasn't changed anything. I don't know. Any guys in the chat have any idea? Maybe might have suggestions for ToD. You know, last thing I want to see is obviously him having graphic issues. or lag
it's
issues.
It's no fun to play in lag.
Yeah.
Very hard to hit force fields.
Definitely true. Definitely true. Let's see. What else could it be? Okay, so let's see. Divulge is saying going to variables.txt. What setting is it? Do you think? Divulge or Vaga? Let's see. What should we do? Chat. Okay, well, let's see if we can try one thing, and then let's get him on here. And we will figure this out. I promise you guys we'll figure this out. If not, we can just do replays. Go through replay analysis. That will work too. We'll make do. We always do. Okay, switch over here. And yeah, I mean, if those of you don't know or just wondering, gosh, why is he like complaining about like minor lag? It's so hard to play, these matches, especially at a high level when you're talking about every little, every little offset force field makes the makes a huge difference between winning and losing battles. So let's see if we can get them on Skype.
It's working fine for Goody, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might just have something to do with the system. I think a system. Yeah. You know how it is sometimes. I mean, it's compatibility. You can have like minor video card issues or anything really. It could be CPU memory, but it's definitely frustrating. Okay, so how do I recall Goody here? There he is.
Hi.
Hey, Sasha. Trying to figure out what we should do here. Because he's definitely having some computer issues, so. Does he get on? Okay, sorry, I need to adjust this.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Johan. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, if you're having problems, obviously, running the game, it's not going to be fun for you, so...
It's really strange. At first I thought it was like my fault because I was running too much stuff. So now I rebooted, and like, it's the exact same. I even lowered like all my settings.
Mm-hmm.
I have like one of the best computers you can find. I just like got it like 1 month ago, and it's like everything really good. Usually I have like 180 FPS during fights or like minimum.
Right.
But now it's like low FPS plus lag spikes. I don't know what to do.
Do you have another client? Like, do you have an NA client by chance?
Yeah, I do.
You wanna try that real quick? Just try it yourself. See if you're having the same issues. Because, worst case, we switch over NA, and I know it's kind of laggy for both of you, but at least it's laggy for both of you versus one of you. I mean, it'll be like more of a network lag than an actual graphics lag. Just trying to think. I mean, if this doesn't work out, then maybe you guys just send me one replay each or something, and we'll just go through that. Sound good? Of the matchup, a TVP or a PVT replay, and we can do that. It's no big deal. It's all good.
Oh my God. NA says I need the language pack. From
yeah, okay. Yeah, let's not do that then.
I think I know how to fix it. I read about it. I will try.
Oh, you mean the variable.txt?
Yes.
I shouldn't change anything.
Horrible. When I first installed the patch, I logged on Europe, and my client was in French, and I usually play in English.
I know, it's crazy. I think mine was in Spanish whenever I did mine. So it's
I-
like, okay.
I'm sorry about this. It's my fault. I should have played some games. Then I would have known it was. I would have known it was like this, but I didn't play a single game since the patch came out.
It's all good. It's all good. No problem. No problem at all.
Nobody knows a fix to this? Because I read about it somewhere, like some people are the same. But I was like, nah, they probably just have a crappy computer. But when it
Yeah,
happens-
somebody's suggesting that there's a variable in variable.txt. Alternate low textures equals 0. And then bake, tear, and lighting equals 1. That's what he's suggesting. Kill StarCraft.
Some guy has the same thing as me, Reborn. He's describing the exact same thing as I have.
Oh, yeah. Is he any solution, though?
Doesn't look like it. I will create a custom game, I guess. I can't even find like how to host. Oh my god, I joined the game. Wait, host a regular game.
I
Like on the
know,
map.
it's like...
Where is it? You know?
You go
Yeah.
you go to create, so there's like join, and then right below it's create. Yeah, took me like 3 games to figure it out.
yeah, join is kind of...
Create games.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
create
it.
game.
Right, okay.
I guess the join... Is there like a lobby now or something for join game? Like existing games or something? I don't know. Like old school Warcraft style? 10-minute, no rush type of game. You want to join?
It's okay. I hosted a map by myself.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna check.
10-minute, no rush. Those are the days, man.
Yeah, but like I can't even macro. It happens when my probes comes out of my Nexus sometimes.
Yeah. So it just
Great.
happens constantly, like a regular interval?
All the time. Like in the first game when I moved up his ramp,
Mhm.
I'm supposed to force field behind his bunkers and do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And then I moved up his ramp and then I got 2 seconds lag. And then
Oh,
the
wow.
SCVs were in position, so I just like lost units and moved back down and killed nothing. Like
Right.
it's so different than what's supposed to happen. So far it looks fine here.
Okay, I wonder... Well, we
For
can
like
try it
2
out.
minutes.
Was it happening, like, you tried it by yourself a second ago, right? And it...
Yeah. I didn't put anyone against me.
Okay. And this is with the NA settings, or still EU?
Yeah, it's on NA.
Okay.
And I got like 200 FPS. Oh, actually, yeah, I got one lag now. Fuck.
Uh-oh. Honestly, it probably shouldn't make a difference. Unless it's network related, which I guess it's possible, but you know, you're in
No,
EU,
that's-
so it'd be kind of weird if it
Yeah,
was.
it comes from the game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the same. I got the exact same now.
Yeah, it
I
should be
got
the same.
which FPS drop sometime in spikes.
All right, why don't we just do some replays then? You guys mind trying to pull up maybe a TVP or PVT replays that
Okay,
you
but I'm
guys-
curious, does this mean I have to quit StarCraft? Because I can't play anymore?
Oh, I hope not. Nah, no, obviously not. I'm sure somebody. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I mean,
This is crazy.
might need to reinstall the game or something. So no other processes running?
Yeah, nothing, only Skype, but it was closed like when I was trying to play last game.
I see. Yeah, that's weird then, man. I don't know. That's not sure, but this is our viewers just watching. This is our troubleshooting format that we that we do from time to time. No. But I'm sure other folks are having issues with it too. Anybody out there having the same thing that might? I think Reborn mentioned it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's you, right? Right there, Yo, I'm in. Let me
yes.
just add you as a op here, so folks know that's you. Okay, you try setting everything on low.
It was on medium last, but like my computer is such a monster. Like I could play with everything ultra before and like
Yeah.
get no lag at all.
Just try low, just for the hell of it. You know, at this point, you should just try everything and see. It's not the prettiest of things, I know, but
Everyone's having their own issues with the patch.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure we'll be getting 1.5.1 soon, guys.
Oh god, this patch has been rough.
It has, it has.
I heard there was like roaches, one supply and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Roaches one supply, Reaper's building fast. Might as well bring them all back.
Wasn't there some issue with like the Zerg hatcheries and stuff too? Like they couldn't like if you killed a Zerg hatchery and there was larvae there, they couldn't replace it. I read something about that.
Oh my gosh.
I think that happened at ROG. I'm not sure though.
Wrong? Oh my god. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Good patch.
Oh,
Yeah, but I should have played since patch. Then I would have known it was like this.
it's okay, man. It's all good. It's just good to have you guys on, just hanging out.
But, do the
Sasha, you
replays?
kicking up a beer or something? Sasha's so quiet.
No.
Do the replays from the previous patches work?
That's a good question. Let me see.
They do. You just have to log out. You know, it's
Oh.
standard like old replays.
Oh yeah. It just kind of
Yeah.
backdates to the old one. I see.
Maybe if I put the game in full screen instead of window mode, it would change something.
Could try that too.
Right.
Yeah. You open
Yeah, that
anything.
sometimes helps with performance.
Yeah, I mean in theory it is a lot better because
It looks like
Yeah.
a different game on low. And I just got a spike, so it's still here.
so weird, man.
Yeah, I have 250 FPS, but still I got like some spikes sometimes. So strange.
I don't think it's your. Honestly, I don't think it's your video card. I think it's probably either memory related or like you might be paging or something every once in a while, something weird like that.
I don't have any problem on the other games. Like on Daisy,
Yeah.
I have like high resolution everything, and I don't have a single lag.
Yeah,
think
I
it's
don't know,
in-
man.
Like
It's-
patch related, has to be.
yeah. Well, definitely has to do with patch related. Definitely patch related, but okay. Yeah. Why don't we just try a replay? Sound good? I mean, maybe one from each of you guys, and then we'll just do a extra long Q&A or something like that. Just have more of a bonding show than a than a strategy show. But okay, guys. Again, we're gonna be doing a giveaway regardless, guys. We're gonna be doing a Razor giveaway with these guys, and the way you enter, and I think it might be a bigger part of the show, given how it's been going, is pick a really creative or just a really good nickname for either ToD or Goody here, and we are gonna pick who we think is they came up with the best one, and the winner will receive this Razer Goliath, this mouse pad that we're giving away, and a T-shirt too. I'm not wearing the T-shirt today, but it's the Razer T-shirt that has the kind of, I guess the ribs kind of X-ray with the snake heart. It's kind of cool, and yeah, I'll be sending that to whoever wins today. But let's get creative, guys, because I feel like players, it'd be really cool if players had great nicknames. So that if their teams and everybody could market them using those nicknames and making fun overlays or assets, like assets for event promotion, that kind of stuff. Kind of like what some of the LoL, not is it the LoL players? I can't remember. I've been seeing some recently with like either fighting games or LoL, and it's kind of cool when you see that, like Fred the big dog. The big dog eats Smith or something crazy like that. It's kind of cool.
Smart.
Yeah, it's all about marketing, right, man?
Yeah.
It's going to be one way to grow esports.
Okay, I found 2 replays.
Okay, just go ahead and there you go. Post it here. So everybody download those. And all right, I got to figure out what directory to put this puppy in now that we. Okay, EU. Gotta have 2 EU accounts here. Let's see which one's the right one.
Oh, the replays in Skype?
Oh yeah, you can download it.
Okay,
In our
sure.
I
here.
can't download them.
Oh yeah, it's failed for me too.
Okay, I'll post it in a once I get it.
Because I don't have you added, I guess.
Let me. Once I get them, I'll add them. I'll add them so that you guys can get them too.
Okay.
Also, after we go through the replays, guys, we'll be doing Q&A with Todd and Goody, so have some questions ready. Actually, you can ask some questions now while we set up. Third game hasn't been played. Jack's Jag. We're having a change of plans here because Todd's having some computer issues, so we're going to be going through some replays instead with the two of them. Okay, let me see. Okay, are these right? Okay, well, here are the two. You guys should be able to get them now. I need to actually move these over to the right directory too.
Okay.
Alright, so it'd be Tarson and Dashi, right? Dashi?
Yeah.
Yep.
I took against Terran games because Sasha's here. I guess we should do PvT.
Yeah, PvT is probably the...
Pretty sure you don't want to talk about PvZ.
Probably not.
I don't think
Goody
does.
has too much. I don't think Goody has too much
Pretty
input on
boring.
that. Okay, let me see if they come up for me. There we go. Okay. How's Tarson playing these days? I haven't actually seen Tarson a ton lately. Or I haven't been watching him a lot lately.
He hasn't been playing as much as he used to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Jaguars. It's Jaguars, right? Jaguar. Okay, everybody got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which one first?
All right, let's do. Why don't we go through the Tarson one first?
Okay.
And then, okay, we're gonna have to reload here. Oh my gosh.
We should put it at like 1 minute.
Why don't we go 2 minutes?
Okay.
And then not much happens in the first 2 minutes. So, all right, it's reloading. It's the older version of StarCraft. The better version of StarCraft.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty scary too for the Asus Raw guys because a tournament being run like the day after or a couple days after the patch is always scary. But they don't seem like they've had that many issues.
Yeah, didn't feel so.
Yeah.
But I guess they are pretty experienced with the way they run tournaments and stuff. Like, I mean, I've never seen any major issues at assembly, so
Yeah.
they probably handle everything really well.
Yeah, Assembly's so solid. All the European tournaments are quite solid, I have to say. There's so many,
The Scandinavian ones, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The StreamHack.
Yep. All right, just finishing loading for me. It's taking a while, actually. Guys, we're having a change of plans, guys. We're doing, Todd's had some computer-related issues, so we're going to switch over and do replays with Goody and Todd instead. Hopefully we can learn a few things. Yeah, it's
I
something.
can't say bad stuff about my computer. It's brand new and it's so good.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe
no
it's
way
not
to beat-
computer, it's just compatibility between StarCraft and your computer, I guess. The new patch.
Somebody posted some interesting link about some stuff to try, but it will take some time, I guess.
Well, why don't we just do this? I mean, I think we're... Gosh, this is taking a while, shit. Okay, there you go. Wow, it's really slow for me here.
I'm already in it, so.
I'm in it
stuck.
too, it's just, I'm trying to go
Oh.
8x and it's like really slow. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
in 2 minutes now.
I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Wow, I got those lags too in replays.
Oh, really? Okay, we ready?
Almost.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little laggy for me too, but we'll see if it's running in faster, if it's laggy or not.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so obviously we saw a little bit of your opening, especially on the first game, right? And then your second game you opened a little differently. But what's the what's your kind of default opening these days against Terran?
I like to scout at 12 because I like to try to get in before the Terrans close their wall. And if you scout at 13, I mean, it will be much harder, obviously, to get in. So yeah, I scout at 12 and I make gate at 13. That's what I did here.
Okay.
I still didn't get in. He was able to wall off earlier, but I can't know if he has gas or not. But it at least tells me that if he goes for a quick command center, it will be delayed because he had to pull the SCV and make a second depot.
Right.
But yeah, no, right now I cannot know if he has gas or not. So I try to do a little bit of damage with my probe for as long as I can, just right before the Marine pops out, I leave.
Did you switch your overlay, Chanman?
Oh, yes. Thank you, guys. And
I like to almost always do 3 chrono boost on Nexus. I think it's kind of the standard in this matchup.
Okay.
To start with, and then later on more.
Feel free to comment whenever, Rich. Just come in with questions or anything like that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a little laggy for me. Is it laggy for you guys?
I got huge lags.
Yeah, me too.
I'm actually curious as if I will be able to keep up with the clock, because sometimes I get huge lag spikes.
I've been
What's
getting
the
them
time
too. Rich and Sasha, you getting spikes too, or no?
Oh no, for me everything is
It's
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
What's your time right now in the game?
It's 4:05.
4:02.
5?
I'm a little behind, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead. I guess I started earlier.
It's okay. All right, so you're sending out a zealot out now to scout. You had a probe scouting for a while, obviously.
Yeah, I like to do this zealot opener because a lot of Terrans, they make the E on your expo, and if you don't make the zealot, then it will take forever for the stalker to remove it. And also by making a zealot like this, you force a bunker always, because if the Terran doesn't make a bunker, you can do a lot of damage. But now I sensed there was something cheesy going on in this game, like from the start, because of the way it worked very early. Like Tarson never does that. Usually he just expands, and it shows me that he expands. And now I see a bunker up the ramp, so I feel even more like there is something really funky going on here. So you will see what I will do next. I will just sacrifice my zealot just to be able to make sure he started an expansion or not. Sometimes, like, if you feel something is wrong, you get like, this weird feeling that something bad might be happening, and you really want to know what it is. Then you need to take a little bit of risks, and that's what I did here.
Yeah.
And now you can see everything, even cloak.
What?
Oh, and like you're already in the base.
Oh, yeah, we're not
In
quite
my
in the base yet. Yeah. I'm not quite there yet, yeah.
I was actually watching the replay with only my view until now, because I'm thinking about the way I'm thinking. So now, like, I'm sending my stalker first to tank some of the damage, lose the shield, and second I send the zealot, and the zealot ends up getting into the main.
Okay, I guess I'm...
Well, so now you know he
ahead.
doesn't... Yeah, no, oh, actually, yeah, he was preparing for that add-on, right? Yeah, but now you see the cloak
And I see
banshees.
that, both. And I think he's not very happy about that. I'm even gonna kill a SCV. So that allows to be very prepared.
He's not very happy. That's kind of a
But I
understanding.
really like Tarson. We're pretty good friends.
Oh, okay. Okay, so obviously you know Cloak Banshee's coming, so what do you do in response here? Just observer and...
Yeah, I still have to get my ops. I was gonna get my observer regardless, but no, I'm pretty sure he's gonna cancel a cloak. Like, that was my idea, but you still need to get some observer. So I'm always, like, the first run, since I saw like the timing was a quick Banshee, I'm gonna keep it in my main. But the second one, I'm gonna keep it like around my expo and then finally send it if I see he doesn't have cloak.
Gotcha.
I think you should watch with my view, because like as I explained,
Yeah, that'd be the best.
unless we have something to Goody, what do you think?
I don't really know where you are now in the replay. I guess I'm a little bit ahead.
I'm at 727.
727.
A bit ahead.
So he's going Cloak Banshee. You ever go Cloak Banshee against Protoss?
I don't really like it. I feel like it's a really huge gamble. You can do a lot of damage, but as a good Protoss, you normally don't do it. So
Yeah.
I think Carson did it this game just because he never ever does it. So he wanted to kind of catch me off guard. He knows I can play greedy sometimes, maybe skip. Last time I played him, maybe I skipped the robo or something like that. Must be metagame involved.
I see.
And now I had a pretty nice pylon top right, so I was able to warp some stalkers and do some extra damage to his banshees.
Yeah, you almost picked that one off. Actually, that would have been huge. You definitely can't lose them as a Terran, right? Even if they handle it well, if you lose them, it's pretty much worst case scenario for you. All right, now send in that observer to go check out, see if he's expanded.
Oh, I knew he probably had expanded now because he hadn't moved out for a push. Like if he was gonna do a 1-1-1, he would have at least maybe like moved a little bit outside of his base toward the Zanaga, which would be a late 1-1-1 with like a Raven, but yeah, I was pretty sure he had expanded behind that.
I see. So I mean,
I don't like to take the gases on my expo too early, so I always make sure I have at least 16 probes on the minerals before I make the 2 gases.
I see. So you built 2 immortals even before you saw that he had tanks. Kind of talk to me about that. Why didn't you just go, straight to like Colossi instead?
When somebody goes for banshees, a lot of the time they will go with tanks. Like they will make tanks with them. It's very rare that the Terran will make banshees and then just get a lot of bio and then medivacs, because they will feel very unsafe, I guess, if they did that. If they got attacked at any time, they would just die with only bio and bunkers. I guess it would be so much harder.
Right.
So a lot of the time, yeah, they have to get tanks. And also, I was planning on going for 2 Forge, most likely. And when you do that, it's pretty good to have at least 1 immortal. But this game, yeah, since he opened the way he did, I was thinking he might do a push to follow that up, maybe later on with like a bunch of tanks and marines. So it's always good to have immortals against tanks.
I see.
I mean, I got 3, and a lot of the time he will get tanks, and those immortals will be good against the tanks, but the times, like, he doesn't make tanks, those immortals are still going to be okay, because he has to get Maulders. I mean, you can't just get full marines and then move out,
Right. Alright, so it looks like...
I'm getting a bunch of cannons. I mean, when somebody opens Banshee, and later on they get medivacs, obviously they can always follow that up with some kind of drops. I didn't want to be annoyed too much by it, so I just made 1 cannon per base. Be able to deny that kind of harass. And now I'm just walking toward my upgrades and thinking about taking a 3rd pretty soon.
Right. Given this kind of 1-1-1 type of style here, I mean, is it true to say, I mean, is it safe to say that, if you get past mid-game against, 1-1-1, then the Protoss seems to have a pretty good advantage?
Yeah. If you can mix, if you can get a certain mix, it's really good
Okay.
for the Protoss.
Alright, so you're walking across a map, your stalkers, and what is that? Okay. And in 3 immortal, just checking the watchtower there.
Yeah, and my saturation is pretty good already. Like I have a lot of probes, now I'm gonna make a 3rd base and just transfer a lot of probes over there and have a very good income. Blink on the way, followed by charge. Very standard.
Gotcha.
I follow this up with Templar Archives because I'm gonna be stacking a lot of minerals. Against Terran, I don't like to get too many stalkers. I usually just get like between 8 and 14. And then all the rest is Zealots. And then all the gas that I have extra from that, I spend on like Archons or Colossus, something else.
I see. Okay. Alright, it's got siege tanks. You kind of caught sight of that siege tank.
Yeah, I had Blink now, so I was thinking about doing a little bit of poking, but this tank up the ramp just told me that I couldn't do that, so I moved back.
Right. So how do Ravens play a part here? Is it just purely PDD or?
Yeah, PDD. Just so that the stalkers become really bad. But I guess if I have a lot of Zealots, you could put down
Turrets.
a bunch of auto turrets to help tank some damage.
Those things have a lot of armor, man. They don't die easy. Yeah.
How do you feel about these tanks, Goody?
I don't really like openings like this because you basically sacrifice your strong mid game. So he's just turtling and gives you time to get Storm, to get Colossus, or whatever you want, and he don't really pressures a lot, so he just harassed a little bit with the Banshee, but that's it. And I always like to have a really strong mid game.
Yeah, it sounds like it's risky from the standpoint of you have to do damage with the Banshee, right? Or else you're kind of
But I
really
think
fine.
he did a good job of still staying in the game. I mean, he has like the same walker count, upgrade weights. He's just a little bit behind, but like still pretty close. He even has the Ghost Academy up already, and I'm like finishing up Storm. So I think he's still in the game. Like he doesn't have a great position. Obviously, he couldn't be aggressive in the mid game, but he's not in the worst position in the world either.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably cutting corners this whole time, especially when both of you guys have been, you know, pretty passive for the most part. So, but yeah, I see what you mean. He's almost. So what are his upgrades like? 2-2. Yeah, now he's pushing out.
When I do this build and I don't go for Colossus, I think the right amount of gates on 2 bases is 8, and when you take a third, it's 12. So now that's what I did, 12. And I have a lot of units. I have a bunch of Templars with Storm, so now we engage. But the very important thing is not to have all the army in the same place. So I'm dropping his main with a bunch of Templars and 1 Zealot, and I will be walking units there 12 by 12. So it's going to be really hard for him now. Usually it's the Terrans that do the Doom drops, but now it's me. He's like in a situation he's not been in before, and like I'm really strong in this situation if I can start to warp some units, especially Templars with Storm. You see I'm just storming his units,
Yep.
filtering them through the barracks.
You just
And
crushed that front army too, really badly.
Yes, and now moving on to his third, and if I can manage to take it down, then I will be in a very good position.
Wow, this game still goes on for another 10 minutes? Really? I mean, you're really taking your time with this guy.
Yeah, I would
don't
say
know.
basically it's over now.
Yeah, I mean, you could have crushed
But
him
I
right
have-
there.
I have a lot of army, but he has Ghost. It's always so very hard to attack into Ghost because I don't have Colossus. And if you can EMP almost all my Templars right now, my army becomes so much worse than it is with Storm.
That's true.
So I have to be very careful. That's why I was afraid of attacking. Like, if you see the replay, you will always see the supply, and like you will always know where somebody is at. But me as a player in this game, I felt like it could have probably have more. And like if you're ahead, like the objective of the game is not to finish your opponent as fast as possible. It's to win the game.
Right.
So I don't need to rush right now. Like I can just play it safe, take 1 more base. I'm not trying to drag the game on. I'm just trying to make sure I will win.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with just, being safe and absolutely getting into a position where you just can't possibly lose. Alright, and looks like you're pretty much in that spot right now. I mean, he's not doing much to fight this.
He has to come back with his entire army to defend my drop.
Yeah. You're just leaving Zealots there. Zealots are pretty much free at this point.
Yeah. I thought I had killed the starport actually. Now that I see this replay, I didn't. But I think I should have gone for the engineering bay. If I killed them before I got 3-3, it would have been really good, and I surely had enough units to do it because I was upgrade 3 attack already. So that's one of my
Talk to me about the pylons just kind of around the map. You have like 3 obviously on the right side.
Yeah, it's just to get a good scout going, like seeing the medivacs come, and I don't want to get caught off guard, like sometimes Terran, they drop you with a medivac and a couple units in it, and if it's in the mid-game, usually they snipe 1 pylon, you supply blocked, and then it's like a domino effect from there.
Right.
You don't have enough units on the spot to defend, and you just lose the game immediately. So I don't want that to happen, so I'm just trying to play as safe as possible, make a bunch of pylons, it doesn't cost that much, and it can be very useful. And finally, it did get rid of this.
All right.
I'm surprised it didn't upgrade tank attack, but I guess he didn't have that many. Are those still the same tanks he had earlier?
I think so. I don't think he has 2 kills, 1 kill. I think they are the same ones. He pulled them back pretty quickly. The first.
Okay, well, I guess if you had just only 2 or 3, it wasn't that useful.
Yeah.
Now adding a Dark Shrine, always really good late game against Terran. Can send a bunch of DTs everywhere.
Can morph them into Archons when you need them too.
Yep. I think I have a little bit too many Templars. Against Terran, I don't like the perfect ball doesn't contain like 8 Templars or 6. I think it will be more like 3 or 4. Because like you will always EMP like kind of well if you play the pretty good Terran, so you should respect that. And if you have too many Templars, it's like supply that you haven't used for something else. You might as well have some Archons or something else like Stalkers. Maybe 1 more Colossus instead of 3 more Templars. So I think like 3 or 4 is a good number in an army, and now I have, let's see, 5. Well, I guess it's not so bad. And very important, I sent one of the Templars to the left base. You should always do that with a couple of your Templars, because if you attack and you lose your whole army, which is likely late game against Terran, because they have EMP and Vikings to counter Colossus, like if they get a good positioning, your Deathbow can get crushed sometimes. You will need Templars to hold a counter attack.
I see.
So now I'm just trying to lock him in, kind of like a bunch of pylons on the left side of the map, and with my Dark Shrine, kind of not let him move out, force him to stay on his 3rd base while I have my 4th, and I will walk on my 5th.
Right, and this is the part where, you know, I think a lot of folks are probably are wondering, like, you know, what exactly are you waiting for before you know, right now you're doing a lot of harassment, and obviously you got your 4th established during all that harassment, and do you want to get a 5th base up before you go and engage, or are you just waiting for, like, I mean, I guess your level 2 shields to be done, or that last Colossi to finish, I guess?
Yeah, the thing now, I'm banking a lot of money. I have Warp to re-warp next to the fight, or possibly into my army.
Oh, okay.
And I know I have a much better economy than him, so obviously I would like to attack, but if I attack into him, he can just get such a good position, so I would like to engage him maybe in the middle of the map and try to get a good position and just crush his army. But what I need to keep in mind as well is that I have 62 probes, and he most likely has much less SCVs. So what he's trying to do right now is just reach the max army he could possibly get, and then just win a big fight and finish the game right there.
I see.
And what plays in my favor is obviously my money and the way I can resupply.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do, you know, have a, you know, not just a decent attack, not an overwhelmingly good one, then you can just, like, obviously resupply instantly. How many gateways do you have at this point? You have, wow, you have a lot of gateways. Maybe like 10, 12 here?
15 total.
15. Got another Colossi 2 at home, but this is going to fare well. Lots of ghosts, though. What's the right amount of ghosts, Goody, for this composition?
I guess at the end you can have really a lot of ghosts. There's no really maximum, I feel like.
Is it worth that? I mean, what's the supply on a ghost? I forget.
It's 2 supplies, though, like a Marauder. And if you have the right amount of Vikings to kill the Colossus immediately, then you can have really a lot of ghosts and almost no Marauders in late game anymore. That can be pretty strong, except maybe if the Protoss is going for really almost only Colossus Stalker, then more Marauder are better.
Yeah. Yeah, this kind of ball by the Protoss, I feel like, is the, you know, it's kind of like their ultimate ball, where they have a little bit of everything. So even if you pick off the Colossi, they still have DPS in the Templars. So I guess that's where the Ghosts just play such a huge role here.
Now you see his army is 160. It's all here. Mine is 138, and I have some units spread around the map. So it's like almost 20 to 30 supply lead for him into this fight, which is really huge. And you will get the great engage.
Yeah, that was... He got all the EMPs off that he wanted, for sure. He had like 15 ghosts there or something crazy. Okay,
yeah,
so
he did a very good job of scanning, taking out the ops, and then just engaging really well. And because of that, my army melted. And now here is what I was talking about earlier. I need to resupply as well as possible. In the meantime, I still sent a DT to his 3rd base, which did some decent damage.
It's pretty much all in at this point, yeah.
Yeah, he has no economy behind this.
It's a little scary, though, I have to say, that he has the position. still has a few ghosts of energy too, so
Yes, but I have some pretty good income, like 1,600, he has 200.
yeah. As long as those Templars stay alive, you just build Zealots. I mean, you could probably stomp this. Yep.
And now I'm basically just trying to make units in my main. I made some units outside of my base and I'm gonna flank from two sides.
Let's see. Oh, actually, I didn't even see all those Zealots in your base. Nice.
It just doesn't have enough. I have 85 supply keys, 87, but I just come from two sides and he has almost no EMPs left.
All right, GG. What's BG stand for?
I think bad game.
Bad game. So funny. But all right, that's good stuff, man. I think that was a pretty cool replay to go over. And those of you just joining us, what we're doing is kind of change of plans. We're doing kind of replay analysis with Goody and ToD instead, because ran into some issues with StarCraft and it lagging, so didn't want to have to put the guys through that. So we're kind of going to Plan B, which is replay analysis. Goody, do you have a replay by chance?
I have of course some replays, but I don't know if I have any really long.
Doesn't have to be
good
long.
replays.
Just any kind of replay that has a pretty cool build or something to discuss.
I guess I have a replay just as my normal opening and mid-game timing. But,
Okay, sure, we could do that. So while you're getting that, why don't I kind of again fill everybody in? We're doing a giveaway today, guys. We're doing a Razor Goliathus giveaway. This mousepad here, and the way you enter, guys, is come up with a great nickname for ToD or Goody, and tweet it to me at twitter.com/ChanmanV, or if you're not a Twitter person, Facebook, Facebook message me at facebook.com/ChanmanTV.
It's a pretty good mousepad. I'm using it right now, actually.
There we go. See, that's what we need. I'm using it too. I like it. Which are you using, the control or the speed one?
I don't know what's the difference. The tissue one, like how to say the
Tissue?
like close, I don't know. In English, my English is not that good.
The closed one?
No, the cloth one.
The cloth one. Yeah, the cloth one. Yeah, the cloth one I think is the control one.
Okay.
And then the more
This
vinyl
Razor-
like one is the speed one, I think. Yep, that's
Which
the one we're
mouse
giving
are
away.
you
We're giving away the cloth one today.
Which mouse are you using?
I'm using the Black Mamba, or the Razor Mamba, not Black Mamba. Geez, I keep thinking Black Widow. Yeah, good mouse too, guys, if you like that. Lots of good mice out there, though, I have to say. Lots of good ones. What do you use?
What?
What
Me?
what mouse do you use?
Abyssus.
Oh, okay.
I just
Abyssus.
switched recently. I
Okay.
switched back to it because I used to use it, but then I played for Fnatic, so I had to use another brand. But
Right.
yeah, now I felt like I wanted to play back with this one. It was really hard to adapt, actually, the first few days, but now I'm fine.
Oh, really? Okay. I never really had much of a problem with mice, kind of adapting it. Their keyboards, man. Oh my god.
Alright.
When I got this Black Widow, it took me forever. Yeah, I'm gonna send it, guys. It took me like weeks before I could get it right. Okay, so let me send it to you guys. Where is it?
So Goody, do you ever mech anymore in TVP, or did you just kind of move away from that?
Sometimes I do it just for fun, but in serious games, not anymore. Like the only map where you could do it is Shakura's, but even that map is almost out of every map pool, so
Yeah. It's slowly, I think, being taken out, so...
yeah, it's still in like MLG and WCS, but except from that,
What was the reasoning behind like moving away from it? Had you just played with it enough and felt it was weak, or?
Basically, it was the patch with Hellion Nerf and the Immortal buff. After that, it was really weak.
Yeah, that's
The Zealots now are really strong, and now I feel like if the Protoss knows how to play this mech, then you can't win any big engagements anymore. If he has like the right unit composition and the right positioning, and then he can resupply a lot quicker.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, y'all, is y'all's Twitch page working right? Actually, my dashboard's like down. It's weird. Our engineers have been notified and are working to resolve the issues quickly. This is just one of those days, man.
Good show, huh?
Exactly. But hey, it's still a good show, man.
No, I
regardless.
mean, like, of course it's a good show. I'm just saying, like, Murphy's Law, you know.
Yeah, definitely Murphy's Law. But okay, why don't we? I'm at 2 minutes. Let me know when you guys are.
All right.
This one doesn't seem as laggy for me. I don't know. Something about your just your machine or replays or your version of StarCraft today. Something funny about it today. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I'm at 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
me
here.
too. Here you go. Sasha, you ready?
Oh, in 2 minutes? No.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm on 2 minutes and on faster.
Okay. Yep. 3, 2, 1, go.
Is your GPU still at 0, Goody?
Yes.
How is that possible?
I know.
I guess it's just
There's a loose
just
wire,
wrong.
dude. There's a loose wire somewhere.
Pretty nice cooler you have.
yeah.
It's a freezer, man. Okay, so talk to us about your your standard opening that you were referring to.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, it was just a ladder game. It was Bling.
Yeah, bling. Dignitas bling.
Yeah, and like normally I just open with 1x expand.
Okay.
At like 17 before the second supply depot.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it's
pretty
just
standard, yeah.
like the standard, and it's really safe. So to the word, yeah, he blocks my my command center bit, so I just put it next to the pylon.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, but it's only a few
Yeah.
seconds in the end. It's not too bad.
I get my revenge now.
That's
It's
right.
extra now.
It takes
Yeah,
him much longer to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he has a zealot.
Yeah, yes, a zealot. Most of the times, if Protoss do something like that, they skip the zealot because they need the money for the pylon.
Oh my goodness! If no zealot, that would be forever.
But yeah, it's a zealot, so I just cancel it, and
No harm, no foul. So
yeah.
pretty even there.
Why don't you put your bunker a little bit more to the right? You think this is the best spot to put it, the one you put it now?
I only want to make one bunker, and then I feel like it's best if it's really in the middle, so it saves like the whole entry. If I want to make 2 bunkers, then I spread them a little bit more.
Okay.
Cool. All right, looks like your expansion's finishing up there. You got your 3 racks again.
Yeah, 3x and 2 gas, and I take always a pretty fast third gas, the expansion.
Mm-hmm. And talk to me about that. Talk to me about the third gas.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just talk to me about getting the third gas early. Is it because you want to be getting, like, STEM and maybe an engineering bay like that?
Can get STEM, Medivacs +1, and also summer order. If you only have 2 gas, then you can have all the upgrades, but with basically only Marines.
Gotcha.
And with summer order, your mid game push is a lot stronger, especially versus Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
If you have only Marines and Protoss has 1 Colossus, then you basically have to return immediately. You
I
can't
see.
fight it all.
Okay, Todd, you were gonna ask a question.
Yeah, you didn't see him making the Nexus. Like, are you not scared of a potential 4-gate? Because you blocked his expo, sometimes people... I remember playing Tarson, actually, it's funny. We just watched a replay against him, and he blocked my expo, and just because of that, I 4-gated him. And then he hadn't seen my Nexus, and then it worked.
Yeah, but the block wasn't that big. He had a zealot, and his Nexus was only there late for a couple of seconds, so I was sure he would just put it down after the eBay is cancelled.
Okay, it was just a feeling, right? Like, if he 4-gated you think he could hold?
Yeah, I always have like one SCV before my bunker to scout any attacks a little bit earlier, and then you have enough time to pull a lot of SCVs. And normally you can hold the target with one bunker if you pull the SCVs in time.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, building all Marines here, getting your reactor ready for your starport. Getting stem and combat shield.
Yes. And +1.
Yeah, and +1. So when is your timing here?
Yeah,
Like right now? Or?
like right now I just wait for my medivacs,
Okay.
and then I want to pressure with... It's around 10 minutes, and I'm there, and you can punish greedy Protoss players, sometimes even kill them immediately. And or like if they go for too much tech and upgrade at the same time, or if they got a really quick third expansion. And during the push I can make my own third command center in my main. And so even if I don't kill him or do a lot of damage, then I can deny a third and have my third a lot earlier. So after that I'm normally a little bit ahead in economy.
I see. Okay, now you're pushing across the map. You kind of...
I always take this way to the third first.
Mhm.
First of all to scout, but also there's like if you go directly to the natural, there's the one force field choke. So Protoss can easily delay.
So
What's
Goody.
the-
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, now I saw there are only a few units, so I just stem in. Try to focus down the Colossus.
Yeah, you got your units split pretty well here too. It's just,
Yeah. And
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
that
get the
was
stalkers
already a
on.
really good trade.
yeah, he took out the Colossi. He's got only stalkers on the ridge there, and now you're gonna take out a lot of probes.
Yeah, that's the second advantage if you go like the way this way from the third, because every Protoss is afraid of drops. So the stalkers are always in the main.
Yeah, gotcha.
And the way is pretty long to go down again.
Yeah,
so
to
now I
kinda
go
walk
back,
around.
I did a lot of
Gotcha.
damage, and my third command center is now ready. Or almost ready.
And what's the most important point of this strategy? Like, what mistake can you not make?
Sometimes you can get a little bit, you can overextend a little bit. If the Protoss isn't greedy and has a lot of units, they can, if they chrono boost a lot, have 2 Colossi, and if they force field well, then you can lose like your whole army without doing a lot of damage. And then it's really hard. They can pressure your third and expand at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Good to
gonna
know.
ask. You didn't scout him at all. So with your like medevac timing, does it matter if he goes like Charge Lot Archon or Colossus? Are you kind of scouting with your actual timing?
Yeah, I scout basically with my army, and I see what is there before I step in. So if he has like charged out Archon or something like that, and you have to engage a little bit different, or have to go back, that depends a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, now if you compare the armies, mine is just a lot bigger because of the good trade in the first push. and I can deny a third again.
And when do you make post academy? Like, what's the regular time for that?
Like a few months ago, I always made a really early Ghost Academy, and then I had a problem that I basically lost my my position on the map, because if you ghosts are very expensive, and if you add them really early, you need to play a little bit more defensive. And then for some times I tried to play without ghosts at all, and of course that's not good in in the really late game. So now I figured out, okay, something in between, like really early ghosts and no ghosts. So normally I add maybe like 2 minutes later, if the game would go on. From now on I would add the Ghost Academy, so that I already have like a really good economy, a lot of barracks, and then I can add ghosts really quickly, like 4 at a time or something like that. And it's normally early enough.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Did anybody else notice? But this game went exactly the same way as me
Yeah.
against Goody.
I
Like
was-
the first attack, same unit position, and then the same finish.
I was about to say exactly the same thing.
Yep, it's-
Yeah.
it's like we were watching it.
Yeah, and you see, it's like a very solid build.
Yeah.
You know what? At some point, I even checked the player's name. I thought I don't even the player's name.
Well, I think your second Colossi came out like during the battle too, so that helped you out a little bit. But yeah, he kind of he kind of waited until the next wave to end the game too. But all right, guys, I think that's gonna be it for a replay analysis. Why don't we do some Q&A with the viewers, guys? If you guys want to call in and talk to ToD, Goody, or Future, or myself, why don't you add me on Skype? My Skype ID is ChanmanV. And I will pull you into the call, and then you can ask whatever questions. And again, this is going to be your last chance, guys, to enter the giveaway. Come up with a great nickname, creative nickname for ToD or Goody, and then we're just going to, between the 4 of us, we're going to pick the best one. And I see some here. Some of these are pretty good, so we got some good candidates already. Let's see, anybody adding me? Or if you can't, if you don't have Skype or whatnot, you can't talk. Go ahead and just message your questions in the chat right now. And all right, guys, I want to ask you guys the question of how is TVP balanced right now for you guys?
Go ahead, Goody. Enlighten me.
I guess
Be
if
careful
you
what you
only,
say.
if you only take the win rates, it's pretty balanced. But I feel like Terran is really strong in mid game. And if you just sit back and do nothing at all, then it's really hard in late game. Except you have really insane good control and hit every EMP and every hit EMP every Archon, every Templar and stuff like that, and you can have really strong late game as well. But I don't have that, so I always try to get good mid-game timings, and if I have to play late game, then I try to at least get some advantage before that.
All right, how about you, ToD?
I guess it's probably the most balanced matchup for me. Like, I've always felt like it was my favorite matchup just because it's super interesting. It's back and forth. Sometimes I will literally crush Terrans, then I will play against them, and they will just like EMP my whole army and destroy me. So there's just like this kind of right balance feel to it, where like it's always been back and forth, and if you really do play better than your opponent, you will always win. So that's why it's probably my favorite matchup in the game right now, and I really like PvT.
Okay, great. All right, didn't see any questions here, guys. I still don't see you guys adding me on Skype. You guys don't want to talk to these guys, really? I know you guys want to talk to them. All right, here's another question on chat. Question for ToD. What thoughts did you take away from staying with Desro in the Gom house? Or just maybe, that and just being in Korea in general? I'll add something
From
to it.
staying with Destro, I'm not sure. He's a pretty nice guy, but he talks so much. Like, I remember going crazy about like how much he would talk, and sometimes it was like hard to sleep out of it. And I remember one day I told him, like, if you don't talk for 24 hours, I'll buy you a barbecue. And then he didn't offer 24 hours because he wanted me to buy him food. And then I told him this is the best money I've ever spent because like for 24 hours I didn't get to hear him. But yeah, other than that, he's a pretty nice guy. It was really nice hanging out with all the guys at the Go Mouse. And from Korea in general, I don't know, like it's just taught me a lot about living with other people and stuff like that, and about practice ethics too, because there's a lot of people there that play so much. Like you could literally search ladder at like 3 or 4 a.m. and get games all the time, like instantly. Meanwhile in Europe, like since I came back, I try to play at night sometimes because my sleep schedule gets messed up very easily. And at night it's really hard to find games. Like there is always like the night owl, like Zicto Mini or Johnny Recco playing at night.
Yeah,
and you just get like 10 games in a row against them, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired of playing this guy.
I'm tired of playing PvZ, damn it. But yeah, I mean, one thing I was watching Real Talk last night, with Naniwa, and one thing he pointed out was I guess his experience in the MVP house, and how it was actually pretty miserable for him, I guess is what he said, because he was pretty much alone. Would you kind of concur in that kind of feeling that it's really hard to be in Korea without like at least one other foreigner being with you?
Yeah, I completely agree. But for him, I think it was even worse because I've been to the MVP house and it's like really far away from everything. So you're like basically stuck in a residential area with nothing else than buildings. At least like where I stayed, there was always like a bunch of bars, pubs, whatever. Like you could go outside and see people, not just buildings. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty hard. Like there is a culture shock definitely, and yeah, you need to be very strong mentally. Like if you're gonna go there by yourself, try to practice and stuff. Even if you're really motivated, like it gets lonely and it's very special.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. I think everybody that goes, at least once I think Sase went started staying with Naniwa over there after they were both on Quanic. I think it became really great for him. So yeah, it's definitely challenging.
Sase has a really strong mind though.
Yeah,
I know. Like he lived in China before, like same time as me, and he lived with some of my friends, and like he pretty much never complained about anything. Like he has a very, very strong mind. Even in Korea, he was living by himself and like just not caring. He's just very good on his own, Sase, I think. He's like one of the best guys that can stay on his own that I know, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kim
so
is...
It's a bit different for him.
That's cool. So we got some callers here. Let me pull on one here. Okay, I'm going to have to use pics for now, guys. I'm going to use the cams. Andrew, you there?
Yes, I am. How are you guys?
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
I'm doing well.
So you got a question for these guys?
I do. My question is, in other matchups, we've been seeing things where with carrier or BC transitions and like Protoss versus Zerg and whatnot, do you think those will ever be viable in like Terran versus Protoss or Protoss versus Terran?
Sasha, do you want to begin?
I feel like Battlecruiser could be really good against Protoss if something would change about feedback. Like if you wouldn't be able to feedback Battlecruisers, then they would be really great because you could use them to fight
They would
against
be unbeatable. Without
Not
feedback,
unbeatable,
don't you think
right?
without feedback, it would be so hard, I think, no?
Yeah, but then with feedback, they're just really bad. So, because I feel like feedback, the worst point is not the damage the Battlecruiser get, but they're unable to use Yamato, and Yamato is just really good. Like in TVT, you see Battlecruiser a lot, and then you see like if you Yamato the Thors, or even if you Yamato Vikings, that's really strong. But I guess without a change like this, it's not that good.
Okay.
Okay.
I think in PvT, carriers are not very good except against the old style that Goody used to play. I even remember some pretty nice game that you played against Haze Europe's. But carriers were only good very, very late game. If your opponent goes mech and then at some point you have enough economy to support making carriers out of like 6 targets. So that would be a lot of money, obviously, because the build time is just so long. Because of that, it's only very good in the very, very late game, in my opinion. If you try to make a switch in the mid game, like 120 seconds build time, like you're not gonna get your carrier sometime against a very good player who keeps playing aggressive, taking the info. So because of that reason, we don't really see carriers in Protoss versus Terran, but against Zerg, we've seen some of it in the GSTL, I think. And I'm actually the one to believe that in a very, very late game, PvZ, when there is a too huge amount of Broodlords, you need to switch for carriers. And you need to go for like exclusively air. And if you can reach like 200 supply of carriers, 333, and you have like Templars below that, I think you can't lose anymore, pretty much. That's like the very, very late game, meta game, PvZ, but it hasn't been explored enough just yet. So like we don't know about it for sure. But maybe in the future, people will start to play more like that.
Okay, great. Thanks for your question, Andrew.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, see ya. Okay, we got Linux here. I think he just has a question for Goody. He says, why did you start rage quitting? Do you feel like Zerg is too strong versus Terran at the moment? Any good any good Terran mech openings except Hellion Banshee? Did you start rage quitting all of a sudden?
I do that sometimes against people who flamed before or stuff like that.
Yeah, I think everybody does that. So.
Yeah, so...
Like what do you think of TVZ right now?
I would say TVZ is pretty hard at the moment, and I guess I'm not the only Terran who's complaining about that.
Yeah.
And basically, I almost stopped playing mech in TVZ as well.
What?
Yeah. So I train Marine Tank at the moment.
Say it
or
ain't
for
so,
some weeks
man.
now.
Jeez, okay.
And the reason is the hive timing gets earlier and earlier.
Yeah.
And with mech, it's extremely hard to fight against Broodlord Corruptor. And with like Marine Tank, you can like split your army, drop here and there, but with mech, you really have to fight like the Zerg Death Ball, and that's almost impossible if he has like the right unit composition. And like almost every game with mech goes to this point, and then it's hard to win because the first solid push of mech, the Zerg, is maybe around 15 minutes, maybe a little bit later even, and then most of the time the Zerg already has Scythe up, is morphing his Spire, and you have like 2 in-game minutes to push, and then you have to go back and start massing up Vikings or stuff like that. But yeah, it just was really hard, and with Marine Tank you can be more aggressive earlier, so that's a little bit better at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the strategies, I guess, in TVZ are starting to become more bio-aggression. I guess a little more of constant aggression, but...
You still can use mech in TVZ, but not every time, especially if your opponent knows that you're going for mech. And all the European Zergs knew I would go for mech.
Yeah.
Then they could even rush to hive faster, and then it always ended very bad.
Right. Okay, see, any other questions here? Might have to...
Like 1 year ago, I could play a 30 minutes game without worrying about Broodlords. Just sit back, turtle, and build up my army. But now, I had some Zergs, they had Broodlords at around 17 minutes.
Man, sometimes even before.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. I've seen 16-minute Broodlords before. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's see. Anything else here? Have you guys got a chance to play the Heart of the Swarm?
No.
The beta that they've
not
had available a little bit?
But soon.
Yeah, I was...
At Gamescom there is, I guess, a possibility to play.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I think he meant the use map setting. You know, the map, the custom map. There is a custom
yeah.
map, I think, that you
Yeah,
can
no,
try.
I only opt the Grubby versus sort of at MSG Arena. They played that,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't played it myself.
And who won?
They played like several times with like VVZ and TVZ and
And they six-pulled you? Bastards.
so like it was quite even, but no serious games. So
I see.
Okay.
Here, I got another caller here. This last caller. Kind of running out of time, but yeah, I was talking to TT1, and he was telling me about the Nexus recharging ability, and it's just ridiculous. Like, you can recharge energy on like sentries instantly from like your Nexus, and it's pretty insane.
Protoss
Yeah,
is going to be fun.
Oh my god, he was just like, "Oh, my 4 gates are amazing right now." He said. I was like, "Great." Swift, you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you. Welcome to Pro
Okay.
Corner, buddy. You got a question?
Yeah, I was thinking, what does Todd and Goody think about the fact that Terran often relies on, your opponent not being so good to actually be successful? For example, when you do drops, which is like something really reliable for Terran to, get an advantage in the game, if the opponent or if players ever get good enough that they can sort of completely defend or to some extent fully defend drops, Terran won't be able to like get ahead in those kind of ways, and it'll just start becoming more of this, sort of this race that's. It's sort of like you rely. What do you think about the fact that you rely on your opponent not being so good to get some damage done about Terran, and so many builds that rely on that? Goody and Todd, I guess.
All right, who wants to take that?
Okay, I can begin.
Okay.
I see exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about, but
I do too.
there is like this kind of thing in every matchup and in a lot of the meta game, like about everything. What you mean, in my opinion, is that like the Terrans, they were doing pretty good before because like they could drop a lot and people were so bad against it, or like it was pretty new, like people didn't know how to defend, like for example the Doom drop in PvT, where like a Terran does 2 medivacs field in the main and 2 medivacs with units in the expansion. Like my brain exploded so many times this happened because I didn't know how to defend, I didn't know how to split my units well, I didn't know how to scout for it. But now that we've gotten better against it, like Terrans, they have a harder time taking advantages of like the mid game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think Terrans can work on other things. Like we saw Teja recently, like doing some very interesting stuff, like just working on his positioning and his micro, just taking very clean engagements and dominating in almost every matchup, just playing this way. But about what you're saying, like obviously we can't come back in time, and like it's not going to get better about dropping. But you can still find some ways or some tricks to drop better than you used to, like change positions sometimes. Also, there is a lot of Terran, they just drop and they don't look at it anymore. But if you always look at your drop, you can see a lot of the time the Stalkers at the edge of the Protoss base, and you will see that he's ready for it, and then you just don't drop. You just use this medivac to keep some of his army out of position, and then you attack up front. Mm-hmm. So there will always be interesting things to see and changes in the meta game, even about the harassments and the drops. I guess that's pretty much it.
Goody, any comment?
I don't really rely on drops that much because like basically the Protoss players are most of the time in position to defend the drops, at least at the like normal timings. Of course sometimes you can like pressure at some point and force the Protoss to be out of position for the drops, and then you can drop and do a lot of damage, but then it's like no gamble drop or something like that. But yeah, and especially in late game, it's really hard to drop if there's a cannon and like one Templar for feedback. Then sometimes you just lose everything without doing any damage. So most of the time I try to win without any big drops, but I guess I could use it a little bit more, maybe.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would like to add one more thing. Like
Sure.
the PvT has changed a lot, and that also goes for like the way the Terrans, they attack so much more now. As soon as they get medivacs, they move out. They feel like they have nothing to fear. And if you saw Goody's build, he just goes in front of the Protoss' base. He brings his factory along. I mean, it comes a
Yeah.
little bit later, but for example, on Cloud Kingdom or Antigua, which I think because of that, like the way the map is, it makes the medivac drop so good because as soon as you get your first 2 medivacs, you go in front of the Protoss' base, and then if he has his units in his main, you can just attack up front and do a lot of damage. But if he has his units at his expansion, you can just load up your medivacs and drop in his main, and it's so hard for him to move back and forth.
Yeah.
He will never have blink at this time, and if he does have blink, it means he will have everything else later because he invested so much in researching blink that early into the game. It will be like 9 minutes or 10 minutes. So you can take this into consideration. Like, I think obviously, I think you're a Terran player. I think you should try to take a look into the Protoss point of view, and then you will like really understand the way this works, like how to defend this, and then you will understand better how to play against it. Do you play Terran?
Yeah, I do play Terran, yeah.
Okay.
It's just, I'm like around top diamond right now, and it's basically, if they can defend my drops, I can usually never win. Obviously, I know it's because my micro is not good enough to deal with the late game army, but, you know, I just kind of felt like that, you know? So I just thought like asking what you guys thought about it. And a quick question for ToD. What do you think is best to defend drops opening High Templars or Colossus? Do you think defend drops better?
High Templars because of feedback.
Okay, yeah.
Even
Thank you.
even if you have like a Colossus and a bunch of army in position, if it drops a little bit further where you can even always steam in and kind of snap your Colossus, and getting any Colossus sniped at any time is like always really, really bad for a Protoss. So I think with Templars, Zealots, because usually also if you go Templar and Zealot, you get charge. So it becomes so much easier. You can basically defend the drops with only Zealots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Let
like,
me in a quick question for Goody as well. Sorry, I'm kind of...
it's okay.
Goody, what do you think about the late, like, do you think mech versus Protoss can work if you get an incredible amount of ghosts that you just, in theory, if you carpet bomb EMP, like, you know, the things that counter mech, like Mortals and Archons, and, you know, obviously the Zealots lose a lot of HP. Do you think mech will actually be viable when you get that kind of army?
I guess then you could at least trade pretty good, but still at that time the Protoss has maybe 2 or 3 more expansions, and you basically can choose a position to fight. If you move out, you can also go for base trade or stuff like that, so it's really hard to play late game.
How about on Shakuras?
Yeah, on Shakuras you can do that. If you turtle with planetaries and then push really slowly forward, then you can just sit back on one position, but on all the other maps you have to defend several positions at once, and if you are out of position on time, then you lose your whole army, and then you don't have time to replace it. So I don't recommend mech anymore with Protoss.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys, for
Right.
having me.
Yeah. Thanks
No
for your
problem,
question.
man.
All right, that's going to be it for questions today, guys. Why don't we just do the giveaway now? I like all these nicknames, so got some pretty good ones. Let's vote on this. Okay, first one's for Goody. It's Santa Claus, and I think it's because ToD referred to it earlier, like during the game. Next one is North Pole Hot Rod ToD, because of his temp and freezes, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's referring because like I hate to play when it's too hot.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, so it's P Daddy ToD. Let's see. Next one is this one's for Goody. The Treebeard Terran, slow but good, but wise and deliberate. For ToD, Turpentine Tasting ToD. Okay, I don't quite get that one. Goody, one for Goody. Hulk SE2 gun. What is that? Hulk SE2 gun? Not sure. All right, Goody. Here's one for Goody. The Gangnam Terran. Jeez. I think a lot of people would pay to watch you dance like the Gangnam video. I think that would be
Maybe if I win the next MLG.
okay. You heard that, guys. If he wins the next MLG, he's gonna be dancing like Gangnam. The next one's, I guess, in general, it's Cloud Condom. I'm not sure that's. And the last one is for Goody. It's Zapunzanator. Zapunzanator. Okay.
Because his nickname usually is the Panzer General.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, guys. Which one's the best out of those?
One of them really sticks out, I guess. Maybe the Gangnam.
Yeah, I think the Gangnam one is is my favorite
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
All right, All right, David Hogg, you're gonna be the winner, buddy. And actually, it looks like there's two of them here. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, he was guessing for it last time. Yeah. So David Hogg, I'll be messaging you later. I'll get your info. And again, you're the winner of this awesome Goliath, this mouse pad. And again, guys, we do these giveaways every week, like once a week. So come and check out the show and kind of participate in these kind of fun kind of contests that we do for the giveaways. But all right, guys, we're going to wrap up the show. We're going to do some shout-outs here. Todd, you want to start?
Well, thanks to you, first of all, for inviting me to do this. I'm
Oh, yeah, of
really
course.
sorry about the problem I had. But if you ever want to have me on next time, I will make sure I play some warm-up games
No
so
problem.
that I know if I'm lagging or not. Thanks to everybody who watched. I hope you enjoyed. And if you want to follow me, Twitter @ToDSC2 or Facebook.com/JohanMerlot.
Yeah, and folks that are, constantly on other team chats and that kind of stuff, get your team to pick this guy up. He needs to be on a team. Goody, how about you?
So if you want to follow me, I have a Facebook account, facebook.com/ESCGoody. And if you at Gamescom or at the MLG Championship as like viewer, then you can probably meet me there. And if you want to talk to me or whatever, I'll be there. And thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you. And how about you, Future?
If you want to follow me, guys, I'm a future_SC. It's my Twitter. And if you want to watch me stream, same thing, future_SC at Twitch TV. And I'll be at MLG Championships as well. So
And
say hi to me there.
yeah, I mean, Future here, he's a great coach. He's like one of my mod's favorite coaches. So do you guys coach, actually, all three of you? I know you do, Rich, for sure. And we should definitely have you plug that a little bit.
Sure.
Why don't you do that, and then we'll get to the rest of you guys if you guys coach too.
Yeah. I'm over at ghostofcoaching.com. You can check me out there. Coach all the races. Right now, doing $25 an hour. So yeah, feel free to check me out. If you have any questions, contact me on Twitter or Twitch. I'm a pretty easy guy to find. So
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a great guy, and got to play LOL with you again sometime, man.
oh yeah.
But Todd and Goody, do you guys coach at all?
I do that sometimes. Like a lot of people ask on Battle.net, and some of them really want to get coached. So I'm not on any coaching page or whatever. If you really want to be coached, then just write me on like Facebook or in Battle.net.
How much do you charge, Goody?
Like normally I charge like 15 euros, so not that much.
15 euros?
15 euros?
15.
Oh, 50,
15,
50 euros.
okay.
15. Like 15
No, not
euros?
50.
You're the real Santa.
I guess that's good enough. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
sounds
for an
about
hour.
right. I do a little bit of coaching sometimes, but mostly for French, because I think I'm very good at explaining, but like mostly in French, like in English, it will be a little bit less good, but I guess I could still do coaching for people who,
Oh, your
like for
English
English
is
speakers.
your English is fine, dude.
Yeah, but like if I get into details about strategies and timings, like I want to be able to sound very articulate to really get the point across.
Yeah, I hear you.
And in French, it's easier, I guess.
And what's the
But
best
yeah,
way
I coach
to
sometimes.
What's the best way to get hold of you for that?
Just send me a message either on my Facebook or Twitter.
Okay.
I also got a website, GoToD.fr, but it's only in French so far. But for French speakers or for people who know a little bit of French, it's very easy to follow me on this because there is always news about every tournament I'm playing. There is all the VODs that when like I'm streaming, you can see the VODs from where I was like commentating or I played a particular tournament and I was streaming, for example, some qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
So GoToD.fr if you want to see the VODs.
So GoToD.fr. There you go. I'll link it in there just in case they want to go. But all right, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you all three of you guys coming on, and obviously, and just kind of going with the flow too, with this kind of change of plans, and the viewers, obviously you guys too for coming and just hanging out with us and kind of going with the flow too. This shows don't always go as planned, so it's always nice when everybody's patient with everything, and again, all three of you guys are always welcome to be on the show, and hopefully we'll have some more in the future. You guys can come and talk some more strats, because I think the replays were great actually, and hopefully you guys viewers picked up a few tips from that. Let's see, my shout outs. I want to have a big shout out to my mods. My mods do a great job, and I had a few mods today, or one mod in particular today that was doing it for the first time, so doing a great job. And let's see, and obviously Team Razor, or just Razor, for sponsoring the show. Go to follow at Team Razor or at Cult of Razor if you want to get the latest on their any updates that they have, or any like new equipment. They just came out with a new keyboard and mouse not too long ago, which is pretty cool, so check that out sometime. Monday's show, next week's show, we're gonna have Machine on coaching Miss Bite, so it's going to be one of these one-on-one coaching shows, so that should be a lot of fun. It's a Zurich show. And but that's what I think that's going to be the next one. And Thursday, I can't remember who's going to be on Thursday. I'm going to have to look on the page. But that's going to be it for the show today. VODs are going to be up later tonight. I'll rebroadcast this. We'll see what part to rebroadcast exactly, but I always rebroadcast these day shows during the normal night slots. So if you miss any of it, go check it out at 11 p.m. Eastern. Same channel here, twitch.tv/ChanmanV. Follow us all on Twitter. It's on the overlay here if you can. And we posted Goody's Facebook up there too. But yeah, that's going to be it for the show, guys. We will see you next time. Peace.